You're about to buy a coffee. You pull out your card, the barista swipes it, done. You think it's a simple transaction, but in that single moment, you've just sent a signal into a network so vast, so interconnected, and so invisible that by the time you've taken your first sip, 12 different companies know exactly who you are, where you are, and what you want. This didn't happen 100 years ago. 100 years ago, you paid cash. You handed over coins and bills, no receipt, no record, no fingerprint left behind. But today, every single purchase you make, every coffee, every gas fill-up, every late-night snack is a breadcrumb in a trail that leads directly back to you. And the strangest part? You invited them to follow it. When you swipe your card, something invisible happens. The magnetic stripe on the back of your card contains a code. That code is your identity. The store's terminal reads it instantly. That data doesn't stay at the register. It travels to a payment processor companies like Visa, MasterCard, or American Express, who act as the middleman between you and the merchant. These companies see everything. They see that you bought coffee at 8:47 a.m. on a Tuesday. They see that you prefer organic. They see your location. They see your patterns. But here's where it gets darker. Those payment processors don't just process the transaction and disappear. They sell that data. Researcher Latanya Sweeney from Harvard discovered in 2013 that your purchase history can be re-identified and linked back to you with stunning accuracy. Even when names are removed, your buying patterns are so unique, so personal, that they become your digital fingerprint. So who's buying this data about you? Banks? Yes. Credit card companies? Absolutely. But also data brokers companies whose entire business model is built on selling information about your spending habits to the highest bidder. There are roughly 4,000 data brokers operating in the United States alone. Most of them you've never heard of. You'll never know their names, but they know yours. When you use your card at the grocery store, that data moves through a system called the Financial Services Network. It's processed through clearinghouses and settlement systems that exist specifically to move money between institutions. But along the way, a copy of your transaction is siphoned off and sold to marketing companies. These companies build profiles of you. They know how often you buy alcohol. They know if you shop organic or conventional. They know if you buy cigarettes or gym memberships. They're building a shadow profile of your values, your habits, and your vulnerabilities. Then there's the layer almost nobody talks about. Your bank isn't just receiving the data about what you buy, they're also analyzing it. They're running artificial intelligence algorithms over your transaction history to predict what you'll buy next. They're looking for patterns that suggest you're a high-value customer, a financial risk, or someone worth targeting with specific financial products. JPMorgan Chase employs machine learning algorithms that scan millions of transactions daily, looking for patterns that might indicate fraud, but also looking for behavioral signals that can predict your future spending and borrowing. But the payment card companies and banks are just the beginning. When you use your card online, a completely different tracking system activates. E-commerce sites install cookies on your browser. Cookies are tiny files that live on your computer and remember everything you do. They remember which products you looked at, which ones you clicked on, how long you stayed on the page. They remember the ones you added to your cart but never bought. That abandoned cart data is the most valuable data of all. It tells advertisers that you want something, but something stopped you. Maybe the price was too high. Maybe you got distracted. Maybe you were afraid. Whatever the reason, that hesitation is stored and analyzed. Then retargeting begins. You leave the website, you go to Facebook, you scroll through Instagram. Suddenly, you see an ad for that exact product you looked at 30 minutes ago. That's no coincidence. That's programmatic advertising, and it's built entirely on the tracking of your purchases and browsing behavior. Researcher Shoshana Zuboff calls this surveillance capitalism. She argues that your behavior itself, what you buy, what you look at, what you want, has become a commodity. Companies are no longer just selling you products. They're selling the ability to predict and influence your behavior to other companies. Your actions are being harvested, analyzed, and sold to the highest bidder. And all of this happens without your meaningful consent. There's another layer too. Credit card companies track not just what you buy, but when you buy it. They track the geographic location of every transaction. They build a map of your life. If you use your card at a gas station at 6 a.m., then at an office building at 8 a.m., then at a restaurant at noon, they know your routine. They know where you work. They know where you eat lunch. Location data combined with transaction data is incredibly powerful. Insurance companies can see that you buy cigarettes and visit your doctor frequently. Employers can see that you're shopping for job postings. Marketers can see that you're stressed based on late-night fast food purchases. The most unsettling part is that this tracking doesn't require hacking or illegal access. It's all legal. It's all built into the system. When you sign up for a credit card, buried in the terms and conditions is a clause that gives the card issuer permission to use your data for marketing purposes. Most people never read it. Most people couldn't find it if they tried. But by swiping that card, you've consented to it. And once that data is sold and resold, there's almost no way to stop it. A 2019 study by the Federal Trade Commission examined the data broker industry and found that most data brokers have no direct relationship with consumers. You can't contact them, you can't opt out, you can't even find them. They exist in a gray zone between the financial industry and the data industry, accountable to almost no one. But here's the counterintuitive twist. Your bank actually knows less about you than you think. While they're tracking every transaction, they're also legally bound by privacy laws. Banks in the United States are required to follow the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, which actually limits how much they can share your financial data without permission. The bigger threat doesn't come from your bank. It comes from the data brokers, the ad networks, and the marketing companies that piece together your profile from thousands of different sources. They're assembling a picture of you that's far more detailed than any bank could create. They're building a you that you don't even know exists. Your ancestors never had to worry about this. For thousands of years, if you wanted to buy something, you walked to a market, exchanged goods face to face, and left no trace. The transaction was private. No one was watching. No one was recording. No one was predicting your next move. Money had anonymity built into its very structure. Cash was freedom. Today, that anonymity is gone. Every credit card is a tracking device. Every digital payment is a data point. Every purchase is a signal. And all of these signals together paint a portrait of you that's so detailed, so accurate, that companies can predict what you'll do before you do it. You're not paranoid if you feel watched. You're not crazy if you feel like companies know too much about you, because they do. The surveillance isn't science fiction. It's not a conspiracy. It's not even hidden. It's the default structure of the modern financial system. The question isn't whether you're being tracked every time you spend money. You are. The question is what you're going to do about it. Because once you understand that your card isn't just a payment tool, it's a tracking device, every swipe looks different. Tonight, you'll swipe your card again, but you'll never see it the same way. Neither will anyone else who watches this. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Catch you in the next one.